Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, February 17th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into the charts here. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are trading higher by about 2.5 points. A good little move up to 1357.25. Yesterday, the market really took off to the upside, rallied one more time. So again, the inverse relationship between the US dollar index and the major stock index futures are really in play here. Traders should continue to watch the dollar. If the dollar dips again, the market will go higher. That's the bottom line. So once again, futures are trading higher by 2.5 points. You know, if the futures are up, the dollar is lower, and that certainly is the case this morning. You could even see the dollar here dipping in this one bar pretty sharply. Now here's what you need to know about yesterday's action. If we just rewind the clock here, you'll see that the dollar started to top out right around 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. 9:30 in the morning hit, the dollar just completely plummeted lower, and hence, presto, you had a major rally on your hands in the stock market. Take a look back at yesterday's action. Futures bottomed around 7, 8 o'clock. Once the dollar started to sell off more aggressively, what happened here? Futures rallied up. This is the only relationship you need to follow. You can listen to all the European news that you want. You can listen to news out of China, but the bottom line is a weaker dollar is what moves the market these days. It has for the past 10 years, and until that relationship is broken, that's really the only relationship that traders need to follow. So once again, you had some news out of Europe this morning, but it was nothing that we haven't heard before. ECB is going to swap, I think, old Greek bonds for new Greek bonds. You also have Germany, trying to make sure that this deal is going to go through. And, again, it's just more noise out of there. But the European markets are trading higher this morning, and that's the bottom line. The markets are holding steady. It's a Friday. It's options expiration. Probably nothing major is going to take place until Monday. And even on Monday, it'll probably get postponed, if anything, or it'll be passed. But it's always sugar-coated, and the market constantly gives the European crisis the benefit of the doubt. That's how it seems these days. So again, just watch that U.S. dollar. If the U.S. dollar goes higher, these markets will move lower. If the U.S. dollar index trades lower, the major stock market indexes will push higher. And that's really all it comes down to. Okay? A couple of things to talk about real quickly. This morning you do have gold trading up a little bit. Obviously the dollar is lower, so gold is up about 4 points to around $17.32 an ounce. You also have oil trading up about 46 cents a barrel, and that's West Texas crude. So it looks like oil is trading at 102.77. Let's take a look at the USO this morning. You'll see the USO trading at 39.50. Now, $102 oil is very, very pricey. Here's something that traders want to watch very closely. It's the UGA, the natural gas. It's the United States Gasoline Fund. If you take a look here at a daily chart, I mean, this thing has moved parabolic since December 19th. Now, this is where people are going to be paying higher gas prices at the pump. This thing has gone from $45 all the way up to $55 in just a short time. Gasoline at the pump is now getting very, very close to $4, or it is above $4 in California. So just realize that we are paying more at the pump, and that eventually will affect the economy. So that is worth noting. But once again, if the dollar is lower, gasoline prices will be higher, as well as the price of crude. So once again, that will come into play down the road, and that will haunt us eventually. Now, let's get back to these markets because there's a lot to cover. We're going to start off with Gilead Sciences. This stock has been on a roll, and today it is getting annihilated. So Gilead is down sharply, trading around the 45.60 level. Has a lot of support, it looks like, at a couple of spots on my charts. I'm looking first at $43.50. If it gets down there, there will be some support there, but this is a pretty steep falling knife, and it looks like a real strong gap lower. So be careful trying to pick this thing up. I may not be worth it at all. You can watch the $40 even number. That is another level that looks pretty decent for support. May give you a short-term bounce. You also will have a little bit more support at $37.13, and then ultimately $34.50 if it does trade down that low. But this is a real strong gap down. I know it's bouncing a little bit here, but that is a strong gap down. Be very, very careful there. You never know how these things are going to play out. Now let's take a look at the world's largest ketchup maker, I believe, is Heinz. Ticker symbol is HNZ. They reported earnings a little bit better than expected, I suppose. I don't know the exact what they said, but all I know is that Heinz is trading higher this morning. Watch for resistance on this one. It's a decent gap. It's nothing great, nothing terrible, but I have a hard time seeing the stock get above 54 and a quarter. Okay, so watch this 54.25 level. There should be very, very good resistance there. If you own it, you just stick with it. You trail your stop and see if you can get through that level. If you're looking to short it, this is where you could start to get interested. But it's a decent gap. It's nothing spectacular. I really don't think it's going to trade much above that level, 54 and a quarter. Let's take a look at Vertex Pharmaceuticals. This is another player in the biotech industry, hepatitis C drug, I believe it has. Vertex is getting a pop off of Gilead's bad news. So, you know, when one person loses out, another gains, and Vertex is trading up sharply higher this morning. Vertex actually has upside potential here. It looks like it's trading near the 41.50, so traders should watch the 42.75 and then really $45 for Vertex. So two levels I see of resistance, 42.75, and then really it's 45 bucks. Maybe it's 44.60, but right in that $45 range, that's going to be resistance. But Vertex, a nice pop today, and it looks like a decent strength in the gap up as well. So may have a little follow through there. But watch the resistance point, 42.75, and then you have ultimately $45. But it looks pretty strong this morning. Let's take a look. I saw one other biotech this morning. I think it's a biotech, ACHN. Yeah, ACHN Pharmaceuticals. This is trading up pretty sharply. This is a strong gap higher. So yes, it does have, it is going to hit some resistance around the 11 and 11.50 area. I would go at 11.50, but I would not get short this stock. This is a pretty strong gap this morning. This stock has been beaten down. It's taken off to the upside. It's all the way up to 10.50. Pretty strong gap. Now there'll be resistance coming up anywhere from 11 to 11.50, but it's a pretty strong gap. And this is just another, biotech pharmaceutical stock that is making a pretty good move this morning. I did see earlier that Campbell Soup reported earnings. Ticker symbol is CPB. And I just don't see much here. Looks like it's trading to me, but there's no volume here. Again, I don't see the stock trading much higher than the 32.80 level. So even at 32.80, I really don't see it going, much further. It is a Friday. Volume will get light. I'm not sure if it will be a decent fade candidate. But either way, if you own it, just look at 32.80. That would probably be the max upside that I would think the stock would have. And I would probably just leave it alone at that. Okay? So again, I don't have too many good fade plays today. But Campbell Soup is showing strength, but it's already almost at its target area. Target area would be around the 32.80 level. So we'll leave it there today. Once again, we just have some economic data that's just been released. It's really not even moving the markets much. I believe it was a CPI. So again, it's really a non-event. Just watch that U.S. dollar index. That's going to tell you everything that you need to know. When that dollar falls, the markets go higher. When that dollar bounces, the markets go lower, and that's all you need to know. The secret is out now if you wanted to know what moves these markets. With that said, everybody, have a great trading day. I will see you all on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll do it all over again Monday morning. Take care now.